How you doing, guys? We're back. I just dropped something. I don't know what I dropped. I got something special for you tonight. It's going to do 2 beers and 1 review. This is the Keith's One Hop series. Something that they just came out with about a month ago or so. Alexander Keith, of course, from Nova Scotia, but you wouldn't know it considering we were the last ones to get this fucking beer. Or these 2 fucking beers. I saw people in Ontario, like the Albino Rhino and Dale, Brew by Me, reviewing this stuff before I could review it, and it kind of pissed me off. Alexander Keith's, they got a Nova Scotian flag on their fucking bottle. They go about all this Nova Scotian pride shit, all this tradition shit, and really all they are is just a corporate fucking shell for Labatt. And Labatt was making this shit in other places, maybe even making it here in Nova Scotia and shipping it to other places first before we got it, which is bullshit. And they wonder why people harp on them. Actually, they don't wonder. Labatt doesn't fucking care. They don't care about anything that has to do with tradition or anything like that. Not that Keith's was some great big traditional brewery or anything in the last 20 years or anything anyway. I mean, they were pretty much just a macro brewery, but, you know, it still kind of grinds my gears a little bit. But anyway, so as I said, this is a 1 hop series. They've released 2 beers so far in it. I don't know if they're going to do any more. They might. Alexander Keith's Hallertauer Hop Ale and their Cascade Hop Ale. Okay. And of course, if you're not familiar with what a hop beer, 1 hop beer is, it's basically just a showcase for a certain variety of hop. They use only that hop in the beer, and it's supposed to give you an idea of what it tastes and smells like. Good examples of this, the Sam Adams, I guess, their IPA series or whatever the hell it is, where they had like 12 different hops in one case or something like that, 12 bottles or something like that. They've done it. A lot of other breweries did it. One brewery here in Nova Scotia, Garrison, has recently been doing it. Their 1 hop series with the Comet and the Citra hops. At first, I thought this might be Keith's answer to Garrison as some sort of competition thing, because they've done it before. Labatt has used Alexander Keith's primarily, since they bought them up, as a pseudo-macro competition to Molson Coors pseudo craft line Rickards here in Canada, right? Every time Rickards would come out with something new, Alexander Keith's would come out with the exact same goddamn thing. So I was sort of thinking, okay, that must be what they're doing here. But they waited so long to bring this stuff into Nova Scotia that I'm starting to wonder if it was just a coincidence. I don't know. Either way, this isn't their first foray into trying to be even more crafty than what they've been pretending to be in their competition with Rickards. They had their Brewmasters series a couple years ago with their Scotch Ale, and I think it was another one was a Brown Ale or Harvest Ale or some shit. Not great, better than their standard lineup stuff, but here they are again with some more of the stuff. And they've been getting some decent reviews for this stuff. So I'm actually kind of interested in see what this is like. Pissed off that I had to fucking wait for it though. So it better be worth the fucking wait. As you know, if you've been following my channel for a while, I used to be a pretty big Keith's fanboy before I really got into craft beers, and I was still quite a Keith's fan for a while. Soured on them quite a bit as of late. Just like I said, they're a corporate shell of a company now. They're really just think of it like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Labatt is the Body Snatchers. They've basically duplicated Keith's, taken all the soul and emotion of the brewery, and all you're left is with this empty husk. So the first one we're going to do is Cascade Hop, and I have a glass of water here to clean my palate between drinks. So the Alexander Keith's Cascade first. You get these in 6-packs at the NSLC as of this week. 13 something dollars, a little bit more expensive than your regular craft stuff, but it's pretty much on par, so it's not bad. Better than paying for something else that just showed up in the NSLC in 6-packs of cans, Fax, export lager, $17 fucking for 6 cans of Fax. It could be the best fucking Fax beer ever made. Still not paying it. I have a feeling that one will go on to the reduced pile fairly soon, so you might pick it up when it's like $12 or something. Okay, there's the Cascade. Certainly looks darker than Keith's IPA. Novel concept, of course. Keith's actually putting hops in their beer. So you get about a fingerhead, copper in color. Like I said, a little bit darker than their IPA, supposed IPA. Right to the aroma. Oh yeah, and let's see what 5.5% alcohol by volume. Says subtle notes of fresh citrus distinguished as hop named for the Cascade Mountains. There's a little bit more of a descriptor on the actual box. They go a little teeny bit more detail, but basically that's what they say. And of course, Cascade is basically it's your classic American Pale Ale IPA. Hop is used both for aroma and bittering, primarily for aroma though. And you're getting that from the aroma here. It's not big, don't get me wrong. There's like no malt coming up in the aroma at all. It's just the hops. And what hops is there is kind of faded a little bit. This smells very light, citrusy. Not even as grapefruity as you'd get in like a real like American Pale Ale. Doesn't smell bad though. Yeah, it's sort of grapefruity, maybe a little bit of orange zest in there, something like that, but it's just kind of sweet grapefruit with sugar kind of thing. It's not bad. It smells what it's supposed to smell like, just not as strong as you would hope for, especially for a one-hop beer. So we're going right to the taste. Okay. Very light bodied. There's a good little bit of carbonation there, of course. It's a macro beer, so you're going to expect a little bit of carbonation. Very flavorless. No malt. Again, you're not expecting that it's a one-hop beer, so I can give Keith slack in that regard, because Garrison, their one-hop beers had no real malt balance either. But really, it's not really all that much of a showcase of the hops either, even though Cascade hops are not as used as much for bittering as some hops, although they still are. They still have enough of an alpha acid content where they are. And this here, it's very faded. It's like a ghost of a hop kind of thing. You're getting that grapefruity flavor. Some will say pine influences in there. You could give them that. It is that classic American Pale Ale hop thing, but no bitterness. Just very low bitterness. I don't know what the IBUs are on this, but they seem like they're probably just slightly, ever so slightly bigger than the actual Keith's IPA, which, you know, yeah, if you don't know by now, the Keith's IPA isn't an IPA, then you've just crawled out from under a rock somewhere, because it's basically a joke with every craft brewery, craft brew enthusiast who's ever had it, or at least have heard about it. Yeah, see, I wouldn't even call this a pale ale or anything like that. I don't think they do. They just say Cascade Hop Ale. I guess technically it's sort of like a light pale ale kind of thing, but you know, you got to keep in mind that Keith's markets to macro drinkers, and so even in a one-hop beer, they really don't want to scare people off, right? They don't want to give them something so bitter that they're never going to try it again. They're never going to buy anything like that again. So, if looking at it from that perspective, I guess it works. Looking at it purely as a beer, it's not bad. It's probably, honestly, it's probably one of the best things they've done since their Keith's White, which I thought was pretty good at the time. I think it's crap now, but it was a major step for them anyway to do like a Keith's White at the time. Yeah, I dare say I'd give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, it's not a great showcase for Cascade. It's not something a craft brew enthusiast go in and think, oh yeah, Cascade hops, badass, because it's not. It's very light, but I guess it serves its purpose. And bonus, I'm not getting that funky Keith's aftertaste that all their other beers basically have, so it works in that regard. So we're going to put a little water in there, switch that around and clean the glass out a bit. Alright, now we're going to do Hallertauer, a German hop, noble hop. I believe this one is the, can't remember which one it was, Hallertauer Cascade. One of them is a combination of a German, a Russian hop and an English Fuggles. I think this is the one. That's that. 5.4% alcohol by volume. Oh, excuse me. Very gassy stuff, and I had fish and chips for supper, so you know. So you'll see what it says on the bottle here. Hailing from historic Bavaria, classic hop, balances mild herbal flavors, traces of spice. Yes, Hallertauer is very sort of like a spicy, herbally kind of thing. Let's see what it says about the brewery here. Keith's Brewery, Halifax, Nova Scotia, St. John's, Montreal, London, Edmonton, Creston, Canada, Union made. Yeah, so who knows where the fuck this shit was made, really. Alright. That looks slightly lighter than the Cascade. Yeah, just a little less dark. Basically still copper, amber copper, whatever. Head's not quite as impressive. You get about half a finger there. Let's go right to the aroma. Yeah, again, you're getting a muted hop character here. It does have that spicy, sort of, almost grassy quality to it. Herbally, I guess you could say. This one, it's very faint though. It's like, it's not as strong as the Cascade, which is weird because Hallertauer is almost specifically an aroma hop. It's very much more used for the aroma than for flavoring. Yeah, now I'm smelling on it, and the smell's almost gone, really. Just very barely there. Yeah, and just to preface this, I've had both of these before. I've had one of them, one of each of these earlier today. So it's not, I'm not getting, you know, off notes or anything because I had water in this glass or any of that shit. So fuck anyone who tries to make a comment like that on my wall or under this video, whatever. Yeah. I'm actually getting a little bit of grain from the malt in this one. And just some spiciness. Very mild though. It's very nondescript. So we'll go right to the taste. Cheers. Getting a little bit of bitterness. Again, it's not big. Say maybe like 20 IBUs at the most. Yeah, watery, no taste. This one's actually don't like this one all that much. And I like Hallertauer hops, but it's just so faded, so not there. Honestly, I don't know. Some of these like good reviews these beers are getting, you know, like not great reviews, but good reviews. I'm kind of miffed at where they're coming from, because this is really, I mean, even though they're marketing towards macro drinkers, it's still not good beer, really. At least with the two Garrison one hop, you can still say that it's decent beer, well-made beer. This stuff is watered down macro shit. It might be one hop beers, but it's watered down one hop beers. Yeah, this one is very, it's got a nice, well, not nice, it's just got a dryness at the end. Kind of, makes me want to take a drink of water. Get no real bitterness, a little bit, but just not enough to notice really. No real hop taste. Again, it's much more of an aroma hop, and you're not even getting much of that. So this one, bad move. It just they watered it down so much you're not getting any real hop, anything. So this one, I mean, it's not terrible, it's drinkable. I'd go 2.5 out of 5 is about as far as I'd go. But that one there, that's really a bad showcase. That doesn't really do Hallertauer any favors at all. Well, at least this one, the Cascade, gives you an idea of what Cascade is like. This one here, you get a little bit of spiciness right off the front when you smell it, and then that just disappears. And you get nothing in the taste, really. It's just watery morass of nothing. I'm not surprised. It's Alexander Keith's. They're not great. They haven't been great in a long time. They're just Labatt with a different name on them, basically. Labatt could have released this shit, and everyone would have been less surprised, I guess. But about how just substandard these are. But you know, I guess if you're gonna do one of these ones, the Alexander Keith's Cascade one would be the one to go for. I mean, bare recommendation for the Hallertauer hop, 2.5 out of 5, 3 out of 5 for the Cascade. The Hallertauer one, I mean, the only recommendation is that it's a drinkable, okay beer, and I guess it tastes better than Keith's, but it's still pretty much flavorless slop. And I just avoid it, honestly. But yeah, the Cascade one's not bad, especially if you're not into craft brews. You want something maybe a little bit more crafty. This is probably the best, closest thing to a legit craft brew Keith's has made since their traditional lager, which of course they discontinued because, you know, why the fuck would they want to make that if it tastes good? I think they rebranded it in America, but from all apparent reviews I've seen of like the rebranded version of it, it's shit. Apparently it's watered down, doesn't taste like it used to. But that was my very first beer review, actually, the traditional lager. Although back in the day, I think I only gave it 2.5 out of 5. I probably should have gave it like a 3 out of 5 because it was actually decent stuff. But yeah, so I'm disappointed, but not really. I kind of expected this going in. Some people probably just say, "Oh, you're biased, you hate Keith's or whatever," and you know, you can think what you want. I can definitely think what I want, and I think you should go fuck yourselves. I think Keith should go fuck themselves. This is a very lame attempt at a one-hop series. At least Garrison is making decent beers while they're doing it, and even though the Citro one didn't have much flavor-wise, it was still a good, you know, showcase of the hop, and it was still a drinkable, okay beer. The Comet one was pretty good too, although the Comet's not a hop that's really used all that much anymore. I'd much rather see what's coming up again for the Garrison ones, what other hops they're going to go through. The Keith's, I'm not even going to bother, I don't think, because I don't really see any of them getting better than this one, the Cascades. So, but you know, it's up to you. If you're interested in trying this shit out, by all means do it. I'm just telling you right now, you're not going to get a very good hop showcase at all from either of these. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Be good. Bye-bye.